Hey everybody, welcome to Frannie Square and to episode 18 of Show and Tell, where it's all about you. Okay, so before we get started, as always, just a little bit of housekeeping. First things first, we found a house and we're going to be moving in probably mid-December. So until that point and a little bit after, you'll be seeing less of me. And I so appreciate all your kind comments and encouragement and telling me that you'll be here when I get back. And I still plan to keep doing the show and tell every week and trying to get at least one or two other videos up. So for this week, we'll have this show and tell. I have the pony crochet hook flash review going up. I finally got that done. And I placed a big order with Lion Brand, and I have half of it here, just waiting for the other half, but I may do that in two separate videos anyway, since it's so much yarn. So I'll be doing an unboxing of those yarns. Also, just a reminder, the 3,000 subscriber giveaway is still going on. We're at almost 2,700 subscribers. I'm hoping to get to the 3,000 before I move. I'd rather ship that yarn out than move it and then ship it out. So hopefully we'll get there. If you know anybody who would be interested in this content, please let them know. Let them know about the giveaway. I'm giving away 125 skeins of yarn. Okay, so that's about it as far as the channel goes. In my time not working on the channel, I have been drawing out the rooms that we're moving to and all the furniture on graph paper, and I'm trying to arrange where my furniture is going to go. It's a lot of fun and a lot of work. Okay, so let's get started and look at the projects from you. Okay, so our first projects come from Misty Dawn, one of our regulars who does awesome work. Take a look. She said, Frannie, I hope you are doing well and excited about your new journey. Happy house hunting. Thank you, Misty. And then about her project, she said, I made another turkey in addition to the one I sent you. I figured he needed a friend, so I added gold thread and sequins, little hair. The original pattern is from Bag O' Day. How cute is that? I love it, and I love just that little bit of bling. I whipped up an amigurumi tiny chair. I think this has a lot of possibilities. My granddaughter loves it, but I love it too. It was quick and fun to make. I'm now making something similar for the cat. What a great idea, and I love the shape of that chair. How did you get the back of that chair to flare out and stay that way, Misty? I'm curious. I love the shape of that chair. Then I decided to start an artist series of leaves. I love trees, leaves, and enjoyed making dinner for fall this year. But I was interested in larger pieces that would be as accurate to the leaf shape as possible. This is an aspen leaf. Our aspen here in Colorado are very dear to us and scream the Rocky Mountains. This color needs to be a bit lighter, but I was able to capture the shape, I think. That is really great. I love how you captured that shape. Then I don't see anywhere, Misty, where you talked about this, but it looks like you're using the granny stitch to make a Christmas tree. I love that. And then finally, she said, made a last-minute trick-or-treat bag. This is a repeat Crafter Me pattern. I love it with that cat. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sending those in, Misty. Our next projects come from Carrie. She said, some finished objects for project sharing if you would like. Of course I would like. The baby items are Bernat baby coordinates. Look how adorable those are. I love the little ties on the booties and that little dress. Oh my goodness, so adorable. The shawl is Hobie Twister using the virus pattern. Oh, I love those colors of Twister. Beautiful. And the bunnies are mill ends. And it looks like, Carrie, you were telling me where the mill ends were from or what type of mill ends, but somehow it got cut off, so I can't tell. So if in the comments you want to let us know what kind of yarn that was, that would be great. But those bunnies are absolutely adorable. I like how the one has a carrot under his arm. Thank you so much for sending those in, Carrie. The next projects come from Lisa Mayan. We've seen a lot of her work and we know she's done the craft shows. I do not know how she gets so much done, but take a look at these. She said, new things in my booth this weekend. The hat and scarf set, as well as the shawl, were all made with plum pudding Karen cakes. The cowl was done with Hobie Universe, 2 held together to give it more weight to keep someone warm. That's great. I am making another hat and scarf set while I sit here. I was surprised to find out how soft the Craft Smart yarn works up. I've never used that yarn. I have to take a look at that. The last picture of bags of hats was part of a charity challenge I participated in last January. From January 4th to January 28th, I made 80 hats. That is amazing. All going to a homeless charity in my city. This coming January, they will be holding the challenge again, but with the addition of mitts and scarves. My goal is to make at least 40 hat and scarf sets in January. This will make it more of a challenge for me since scarves take longer and use more material. Being on disability makes getting the materials harder, and I have put out a call to friends and family for yarn donations. I will not take money, just yarn. So I want to let everybody know that Lisa lives in Canada. So if you are near her and can send her some yarn, that would be awesome. I'm going to include her email address in the description below. She gave me permission to do that, and you can contact her for an address if you'd like to send her yarn to help out with the charity hats and scarves. The next projects come from Vicki. She said, first up is the Lost Souls shawl that I made as a Christmas gift for my best friend. When I found out that her stepdaughter was getting married Halloween weekend, I knew I had to give it to her early. The pattern is free on Ravelry, and Fiber Spider has a tutorial video on YouTube. The yarn is Valley Yarns Goshen from Webs. It was great to work with. The second is a corner-to-corner blanket made with Premier Serenity. I bought it on sale at some point and decided to make a charity blanket to clear it from my stash. It finished about 36 by 49 and will go to a dialysis patient. I just love how our community is involved in helping people out using the skill of crochet. What a great community. It worked up really fast and is very soft and squishy. Near the end, I ran out of yarn but found a Bernat yarn in my stash that worked perfectly. Yay for stash. Yes, yay for stash. That's great. And your work is so beautiful, Vicki. Thank you for sending those in. The next projects come from SD McDaniel. And SD, if you're watching, so many people asked me about the stitch markers and bracelet you made, and they wanted to know if you sell those. So if you can just let us know below if you sell them, and if you do, you can give me the information and I can post it in the description. Okay, so let's take a look at SD's projects. She said, I thought I would send you a couple of project pictures. The first one is an update on my Winter Dreams poncho. I'm almost done with the crochet portion. I still need to block it, but I ran into a bit of a snag. I didn't have enough yarn for the length I wanted, and when I went to order more, I found out that the yarn had been discontinued. My friend suggested a different color, so I found a contrasting charcoal gray, and I'm adding a border that sort of mimics the neckline. The next set of pictures is of a quick 2-day project. You see, my birthday was this past Wednesday, November 3rd. Happy birthday, SD! And my youngest son bought me the Kindle reader I've been asking for, but it didn't come with a protective carrying case. What's a crafter to do? Make one, of course. I love that. I had some Lion brand Ferris wheel in the colorway Wild Violets, and I used the simple alpine stitch. I love that stitch because it's a strong stitch. I made the ribbon bags out of that stitch. I used the simple alpine stitch to make up the body of the case. I evened everything out using single crochets and added a space for the buttonhole. I then edged it in half double crochets, slip stitched up the sides, then chained and attached a string to tie up the charging cord. I definitely made it my own since I designed it as I was making it, and it looks awesome. Thank you so much for sending those in, SD. Next up, we have 2 projects from Connie Zachary, and you'll see she's our granny square lady. She said, hi Frannie, how are you? As you may have guessed, I love granny squares. So here are 2 cardigans I made using the same sunburst granny motif as the Afghan I showed you a few weeks ago. I used variegated yarn in the blue one and just scrap yarn in the black one. Most of the yarn used is Red Heart. Can't wait to see everyone's project in your next show and tell. Take care. Well, I just love this sunburst motif and how it looks so different when you use different colors and different yarns. They both came out really beautifully. Thank you for sending those in, Connie. And finally, we have 2 projects from Autumn. She said, this shawl is a pattern from Siren's Crochet made with Rainbow Rhapsody yarn. Really pretty colors, and I like how it went from light in the center to dark at the edges. It's really pretty. The scarf is the Calico Flower pattern from Yarnspirations made with Karen Cotton Cakes. Also beautiful colors. I like how these are very muted and feminine. It really goes with the stitch. Thank you so much for sending those in, Autumn. Okay, so those were the projects from this past week. If you'd like to take part in the show and tell, please send your pictures and descriptions of your work to my email address at franniesquare@gmail.com. I know I say it every week, but it's so true. I know the community loves this segment. I get so many comments about it, and I love it too. I get a lot of inspiration and motivation from all of you. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. Remember to make it your own, and I'll see you soon.